I was excited. I was ready to go. I had my vision, the topic I wanted to talk about today. They say if you want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans. And man, I know God got a good chuckle at me today. I had a good day, just the whole day anticipating what I was going to talk about. Had my live schedule, had my topic in mind, in the gym, pumping it out. Like, yeah, okay, when I get out of here, I'm gonna go home, take a shower right quick. I'm gonna get a chance to, upload another video. I'm motivated. I'm hyped. Next thing I know, I get done with the gym. I miss I miss my bus going home by like 2 minutes. Like I see it driving by. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get out of that, so I gotta wait for the next one. Matter of fact, I missed two. They go back to back. You know how usually they come like one will come and another one will come in like 5 or 10 minutes. These two, for whatever reason, I guess their schedule's messed up. They go at the same time, the same bus. So I'm like, ah. So not only did I miss one, I missed the second one that's supposed to come behind it. So I had to wait a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, for the next one. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'm still get home. It's gonna be all right. I get home. What happens? My Wi-Fi is out. What? And I was planning on, y'all know I got that new software. So I was planning on having a nice little session today. I had my background music in mind. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play this new song I was checking out. I'm gonna play this new instrumental. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play that new background music. Then I got my topic. I've been reading this book, Martin Luther King's "Where Do We Go From Here." This is a really, really good book. I would suggest it to any black activist. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're hip, but I haven't read it yet. I'm still reading it. So if I'm not hip, I'm sure there's some people out there that's not hip either. So I would suggest y'all read this book. Where do we go from here? It's a really good book. So go into, you know, I was gonna go into what I've been reading here because this, when you start reading this, then it starts opening up your mind to, oh, you know what? To the past, to the present, to the future. This book, Where Do We Go From Here, talking about Martin Luther King's vision for the future, what they were experiencing at his time, how it relates to today. It's so much, so relevant to today's environment. It's crazy. But his vision, so instead of talking about what I wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk about uh, Martin Luther King's vision for the future. I wanted to talk about A. Philip Randolph's vision for the future. And I wanted to talk about where we are, where should we actually go from here, because Martin Luther King died in 67. So he didn't see, not only did he not see his vision fulfilled, but he didn't know the situation that we will be living in 2023. I'm here, Martin Luther King's not. So my vision for the future is more clear than Martin Luther King's. As far as I'm concerned, he had a great vision for his time, but that was 60 years ago. He doesn't know about the internet. He didn't know about these cell phones. He doesn't know about war in Russia and Ukraine. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. So all we can do is take his vision and build upon it. When we think about these folks from the past, we can't. It's a good thing to hold them up in reverence and appreciation for their vision and for what they've done, the foundation that they laid. But if we keep raising them up and we don't look at ourselves like, okay, what am I going to do to build upon it? Then it was all for naught. See what I'm saying? Martin Luther King, he laid the foundation, but people here in 2023 got to be the ones to build on top of that. And if you're building on top of that, you can only lift King up but so high. You got to lift yourself up even higher than that because he's the foundation. So you got to build on top of that. That's my philosophy. So with that being said, I would definitely suggest y'all to check out this book. I got the guy coming to fix the Wi-Fi tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow night, maybe tomorrow night, I should be able to get back online and fulfill that fulfill that video that I wanted to talk about, talking about A. Philip Randolph. But let me just read out a quick passage, a quick paragraph. And I was going to share my screen, like share my screen, take a screenshot of this book that I'm reading so I can share my screen so you can read along with me. But we'll get into that maybe tomorrow night when I get my Wi-Fi fixed. For now, I'll just read a quick paragraph to show you really what inspired this topic. So it says Black Power is also a call for the pooling of Black financial. Okay, so just to give you some context. Um, right now, Martin Luther King is talking with not A. Philip Randolph, but with Stokely Carmichael, and they're trying to decide what's the future of their march, because they're trying to figure out should they include white people in their march or should they just focus on black people. Of course, King is saying we should embrace all people who want to move and work towards good, whereas Stokely Carmichael is saying we need to put the primary focus on black people. They're combining forces with the SCLC, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, as well as SNCC, which is the what is it, Student National Conference Committee, SNCC, SNCC, as well as the Deacons of Defense. Um, a bunch of different organizations at this time are combining for this march. And one of Stokely Carmichael at one of the rallies, I think this is in Mississippi, coined the phrase, or he didn't coin the phrase, but popularized the phrase Black Power. So Martin Luther King is saying, should we rock with this new slogan, Black Power, or should we let it go? So that's some context for you. So it says Black Power is also a call for the pooling of Black financial resources to achieve economic security. While the ultimate answer to Negroes' economic dilemma will be found in a massive federal program for all the poor along the lines of A. Philip Randolph's Freedom Budget, we're going to get into that this weekend. What is the Freedom Budget? Is it relevant to today? We're going to talk about that. That's what I wanted to talk about today, but that's something I'm going to need to share my screen for. So we'll talk about that this weekend. A kind of Marshall Plan for the disadvantaged. There is something that the Negro himself can do to throw off the shackles of poverty. Although the Negro is still at the bottom of the economic ladder, his collective annual income is upwards of $30 billion. dollars. Now we know in 2023 it's even more than that. This gives him a considerable buying power that can make the difference between profit and loss in many businesses. That remains true to today and has only gotten worse. The black dollar has grown exponentially. Some would argue that point, saying it, but our black dollar is still, if it had power in 67 to break or make businesses, you better believe it does so even more so today. Through the pooling of such resources and the development of habits and of thrift and techniques of wise investment, the Negro will be doing his share to grapple with his problem of economic deprivation. If Black Power means the development of this kind of strength within the Negro community, then it is a quest for basic, necessary, legitimate power. I'll stop there this, as far as for tonight. But we're going to revisit this topic and that paragraph more tomorrow, or definitely this weekend when I get my Wi-Fi back up. So what I really wanted to talk about was A. Philip Randolph, but because I can't share my screen, I have to kind of fall back from that. Instead, because I'm going live on my phone and not using my computer where I can share my screen and stuff, I think I just have a quick discussion about where are we? Where are we? From what I've seen and know about King, what I've read about King, his works that I've read in the past, do you think that King's legacy was a success? I don't want to say his legacy, but his vision for the future. Have we met it or have we let him down? As far as integration goes, you could say that integration is somewhat complete. I don't think that all schools will ever be completely integrated as far as there's not a school with 100% whites. Surely there's neighborhoods that are predominantly black, but now the major barrier is economics. It's not about the major barrier isn't about race concerning integration. The major obstacle to overcome or fully legitimize integration is the issue of economics. And that's where King was headed before his assassination. King was headed, like even you can see in the book, his focus was on the economic deprivation, not just of black folks, but of all the poor in America. He and A. Philip Randolph had a plan to eliminate poverty in America in the span of 10 years. That's where he was headed. And we're definitely going to have to talk about this in the future because right now there's a big movement towards reparations. And I'm a big supporter. I'm a big supporter of this movement. I'm a supporter of reparations. But as I'm reading more of King's vision, I can see King was more inclusive. He wanted to eradicate poverty, period. Whereas moving it forward to 2023, it's 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 like okay, I pro support reparations, but at the same time, I do also support things like a UBI, Andrew Yang's. That's what I was thinking about this morning when I made that place your bet Trump or Ron DeSantis video. Andrew Yang is supporting the UBI, Universal Basic Income. I would support something like that as well. So I would support UBI, but I would also support reparations. I support a and, not a or, but a and. If it came to a or situation, I would support reparations over UBI. Call me selfish, but reparations I think is owed to us specifically as Black Americans or Black foundational Black Americans, and it has more to do with our legacy and our family history, our family ancestry, getting compensation for what they've gone through. The major part is the financial component, which should be to you, which should be used to raise the standard of living for all Black foundational Black Americans. But also, there's a restitution for justice for the past. That it's almost like an emotional tie as well. Not it's financial. I'd say 80% financial, 20% emotional. Like the closure, seeking justice for our ancestors of the past. I think that's my major call for reparations. But as I read more, it makes me consider, from a logical, logistical, fair justice standpoint, the value of something like reparations versus the value of something like not only UBI, but I don't know how much I want to give away today in today's video where I can't really share the topic like I really want to. So I don't know how much I want to give away. But there was a three-prong suggestion, a three-prong program on A. Philip Randolph's agenda in order to eliminate poverty in America. Not just a lump sum payment or an ongoing payment for Black Americans, but a jobs program, guaranteed jobs for anyone who wants it. Anyone who's capable and willing to work should be guaranteed a job. A universal basic income for anybody who is unable to work or for whatever reason is unable to work. And housing, a three-pronged system, guaranteed jobs, guaranteed basic income, UBI, for those who are unable or unwilling to work, and fair and decent housing for anyone. Now, you might say this is a pipe dream, this is crazy, this could never happen, this will be a socialist society. But mind you, in Libya, before 2014, before the United States orchestrated his assassination, under Gaddafi's assassination, Libya under Gaddafi, housing was guaranteed. There was a basic housing was guaranteed in Libya. Education, as far as college, was guaranteed in Libya. And I believe they had a job program where everyone had a guaranteed job as well. So if Libya could do it, who's to say the richest country in America couldn't do it? What about our limits? The only thing that limits America is our vision, our willingness to come together to unite for our basic financial interests. But right now, this is back in the 60s where black people were more united. Now we can't even unite behind reparations. Black people can't even unite behind reparations. We have immigrants coming in talking about black Americans don't deserve anything after after our ancestors fought and died, were imprisoned. People still in prison to this day who fought for the rights of the people who came to this country and now say we don't deserve nothing. Black people are divided amongst ourselves for reparations. So how could we unite with the whites or with other people, with other groups for things for a socialist program like a guaranteed jobs program? Is it a pipe dream? I don't know. I don't know. I really want to explore this topic a little bit more. I'm going to explore this topic when I get my Wi-Fi back up. This is something that deserves a lot more attention. I want to keep it short today because this is something that I'm still processing. I'm still processing this one. But I'm gonna come back with y'all tomorrow or definitely this weekend when I get my Wi-Fi up and squared away. We're gonna talk about this topic. Y'all stay tuned for that. Peace.